The Begode M104 is the smallest electric unicycle you can get as of now. Its special look and size makes it very attractive to any EUC fan. Is this a device that you should get? This is the review of the Begode M104. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps a lot. Hello guys and welcome to another video. I never had interest in smaller wheels. It was until I saw a New York rider which was riding in the city with the M103 that triggered my interest, and when the M104 was released, I decided to get it. However, after riding it, I must say that this is not an electric unicycle. To me, the M104 is just a toy. Even Millie from Begode admits that the M104 is a toy. The wheel is really small, with a battery capacity of 750 Wh. It has an 11 inches knobby tire. The frame of the wheel is in metal, surrounded by some blue pads. The top of the wheel is in transparent plastic and you can see the motherboard through it. It has a rear LED light that is quite fun. The front of the wheel also has a big headlight with the battery plug and the power charger right in the front of the wheel. The M104 has also two custom Begode pedals and it doesn't have any trolley handle. What are the pros and the cons of the M104? Let's start with the pros. The wheel is really small and transportable. With its weight of 28 pounds, 13 kilos, you can bring the M104 everywhere with you. I like the fun shape of the wheel. I also like its big headlight and especially the rear light. I really like the idea of this wheel, which means riding a small electric unicycle and being able to transport it everywhere discreetly. However, to me, the M104 is not an electric unicycle. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this device is just a toy. Let's go with what I don't like about the M104. The build quality. The build quality of the M104 is the worst I've ever seen in any EUC. There are openings to the motherboard all over the wheel. At the front, on the sides, near the top cover, everywhere. The stock pedals of the wheel are not great as well. They seem big, but actually are super slippery. It doesn't feel good at all to use them. And especially when riding a smaller wheel, you want to maximize the stability, and it's not with slippery pedals that you're going to achieve that. The side pads are ugly and feel extremely cheap. To stick them to the wheel, Begode still uses the same double-sided tape that doesn't last very long. When you mount the wheel, the side of the M104 will hurt your leg so much that it's going to be unbearable. In order to fix this, I've put 2 layers of foam on one side of the wheel, and now it's much better when mounting. The wheel has no trolley handle. If you want to use the M104 on a daily basis, it's then going to be a workout. The wheel is only 28 pounds, 13 kilos, but if you have to transport the M104 every day, you're going to feel the weight. To me, the Monster Pro felt lighter than the M104 because the Monster Pro has a trolley handle, so I never felt the weight. With the M104, I had to walk transporting the wheel for quite a while, and you start to feel that. The ride feeling of the M104 is absolutely terrible. I must say that I disliked riding this device every single time. Even worse, it's extremely stressful to ride this wheel on the streets with all the cracks and bumps. It was really exhausting. Everything I've described about that wheel contributes to give a really weird and uncomfortable feeling when riding this device. Okay, the M104 is really small, so with a small tire, it's not going to be really stable. So first, you admit that and you know that you're not going to have a really stable ride. You're going to feel every crack and bump of the road. And trust me, after riding for a while a Begode Master, switching to the M104 was not an easy task. So you're riding this toy and then you realize that the pedals are extremely slippery. On top of it, you're feeling some weird vibration on the pedals as you ride. I have never felt such vibration on an EUC's pedals. It's not pleasant at all. Another thing I didn't like about that wheel was riding in hard and medium mode. The ride feeling on these modes is even worse with that, but as soon as I switched to soft mode, it was much better. And I'm not saying that because I'm a soft mode rider. I really tried hard and medium at first, and it was not pleasant at all. I'm really wondering what is the point of the M104. If this is a toy, it's an extremely expensive toy. They put this big headlight in the front, but why riding the M104 by night? You feel every crack and bump of the road riding the M104. It's going to be extremely sketchy to ride the M104 by night. Knowing that, why putting this big headlight? I don't understand. If this device was really an EUC, the build quality and the ride feeling should be much better. But it's not, it's just a toy. If you decide to ride the M104 on a daily basis with all the imperfection of the wheel, you are sure to fall. I have actually cut out on the M104 day one. I was passing a bump at 5 miles per hour and I fell. The wheel completely cut out and would not switch on. After the cutout, I inspected the wheel, opened the top cover and discovered what I was suspecting. Basically, the power plug of the wheel was removed. When you ride the M104, the constant shock and vibration slowly move back the power plug, and after enough bumps, the power plug would get removed and the wheel would cut out. On Facebook, I'm already seeing people cutting out for the same reason. Just to clarify, when I received the wheel, I opened it, I made sure that the power plug was fully in, I put tape to make sure it would not move, and after the cutout, when I checked again, the tape was removed and the power plug was also removed. In order to fix this, I have siliconed the power plug and secured it with a zip tie. After this fix, this problem is now solved, but it's an absolute shame it happened. It's really a proof of the lack of build quality of this wheel. The M104 is also very slow. I mean, with these specs, you can't expect much, but I start to beep at 18-19 miles per hour at full battery. So when you ride with a car behind you, it can get sketchy really fast. Again, this is not a city wheel, not a commuter wheel, and not a road wheel. However, if you accept that the M104 is not a commuter wheel, that is not a city wheel, that is not a wheel for transportation, but just a toy to have fun in a parking lot, then you will be good and you accept all these problems. You accept the lack of build quality, the lack of waterproofing, the bad pedals, everything, because it's just a toy. So you just play with the M104 and you discard it once you're tired of this toy, and that's it. It's quite an expensive toy though, because the asking price is quite high for what the wheel delivers. In conclusion, for me the M104 is not an EUC, it's not an electric unicycle, and unfortunately I didn't enjoy riding it. It's not because it looks like an electric unicycle that it's an EUC. I'm disappointed by what I was expecting from that wheel, and if I knew in advance that it was just a toy, I would not get it, period. It's also not a safe device. With a wheel that small, you tend to think you're gonna gear up less, but actually it's more dangerous than a bigger wheel. It is not a nice wheel to ride, it doesn't feel good, and I really don't get the point of that wheel. I know this negative review is gonna trigger a few people. I'm sorry, it's just my opinion. Like Dennis Hagoff says, it's my deep opinion. This wheel doesn't reflect what I'm looking for in an electric unicycle. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you next time.